It's time to hear from the three guys who thought they had a chance to make it big. Welcome into the Coulda Been Great show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of the Coulda Been Great show. Tanner, JR, and we got a special guest this week, Wilmington's own Trevor Kelly, a Major League Baseball pitcher, joining us. Trevor, great to have you, and enjoy a little bit of fun with us here on a Sunday night.
Oh, absolutely.
Guys,
hey,
let's
you gotta give us
with,
a little more than just these little one worders, man.
You know, let's get rolling. You pick a good
yeah,
topic.
See, he wants to get to business.
Rolling.
All right, let's talk about the NFL. Yeah, let's talk about the NFL because it has been a crazy week. You know, so many different games postponed, so many, players not playing, people getting suspended, different things here and there, hurt, COVID. What was your biggest takeaway that you saw from today? Obviously, we got to lead with Dak getting hurt, but there was a lot of big storylines.
Yeah, if you don't mind me jumping in and going first, my heart goes out to the Prescott family, the Cowboy family, fans nationwide, Cowboy fans world and nationwide. That's tough, man. It sounds like he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
Dude, man, that's so tough, man. He held out for money last season. Well, look, yeah. My bad.
He had surgery.
But, man, he sat out, you know what I mean, wanting a longer contract, better contract and stuff. He was playing some of the best football this season as far as quarterbacks. I feel so bad for the dude, not just because I'm a Cowboys fan, but just personally on that kind of level. You know what I mean?
On that note, I think he's going to pretty much – he was working on the way up, and I think the Cowboys got to steal at the price that he's at now. Like, he's still worth a lot of money. So, him getting hurt today sucks on him because he was only going up, but he's going to stay where he's at, and he's not quite Mahomes' money, but he's not too far behind him.
Right.
Just based off the 4 games this year, and he started off slow today, but I don't think that hurt him. But I think he's set for life, but he's not too far behind home.
Okay.
What do you think, Jason? You think he stays in the Cowboys uniform?
Dak, yeah, I think he gets.
He better.
Jerry Jones
Goodness
Jerry wanted to pay him. He wanted to pay him. For whatever reasons he didn't, I don't know why. But, I believe that he wanted to pay him.
I think a big takeaway from this week, kind of switching the topic, you're seeing the lack of leadership and direction from the NFL as a whole. And now what I mean by that is handling the COVID situation. We don't know. There's no set, okay, if you have this many players test positive, we cancel the game. If it's this many days out, like the Broncos-Patriots game getting canceled, where the Titans and Bills game is still on the schedule, there's no consistency. We have no idea what's going on. We don't know what their internal processes are. We don't know anything. And it's I think you're just seeing it's a lack of direction. I feel like it's snowballing quicker than we think, and I don't know. I'd like to see some consistency with how they're going to cancel games, postpone games, and all that kind of stuff.
So more other, I would say you'd like to see more transparency from the league to the public.
Sure.
Yeah. And so me going through it with this year with MLB, we were getting tested when the Marlins. I was up in the big leagues when the Marlins tested positive, 16, 17 guys or something like that. So for the next 10 days following that, we were getting tested every single day. I had to roll up to the stadium, go through the parking garage, not even get it out of my car. And I was spitting in a tube, and they'd send it off. By the end of the night, we had the results back saying whether we were positive or not.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of things going behind the scenes.
Right.
That, for me, I kind of get where the NFL is going. They don't want to show all their cards because it's a business.
Sure.
And like as soon as you promise one thing, like and then
Right.
say COVID takes advantage, like that's where they have to say like, look, this is what's going on. Like this is all they can give us, and we kind of got to go saying like, okay, like I kind of get what's going on, but not really. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but
it's crazy.
It's the climate that we're all in, and
Right.
you know, with sports, you gotta, especially with the NFL, with fantasy, like FanDuel, and like just overall gambling, like it's a big deal. And
Definitely, man. I got Derrick Henry, and I need him this week. You know what I mean?
You'll need both. I need
Derrick Henry this week, and I need Buffalo to play because I need Stephon Diggs to play.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, goodness gracious.
It can be. You have to be able to like. We showed up to the field one day, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're kind of gonna bang it, but we're pretty much in hold because they want to like hold on to the viewership as long as they can." Like there's so many
get
other
as much money
business.
as they can. Right?
I mean, it's just like the network, the everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm a little salty.
And I mean, you guys kind of
Broncos fan.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys kind of touched on it a little bit, but with all this COVID stuff going on, like, talk about fantasy a little bit because, you know, obviously we're entitled and we think, oh, not for us, but you got to realize, like Trevor said, you know, these are like people's lives and their livelihoods and stuff, but how weird of a fantasy football season has it been with, like you just said right there, JR, I had to start like 3 guys that hardly even touched the field last week because I didn't feel like I could wait until Tuesday to play, you know, because I have Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Derrick Henry. And I had to set them all this week because I couldn't take the risk of them not playing. Yeah.
You got to play.
Yeah, so
you have
Jason,
to play him, right? You have to play him. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going
man.
up against Jason too in our fantasy league, and I'm
Oh,
down 45
wow.
points right
Yeah, it's already
family
settled.
rivalry there. Okay.
It's already been concluded, but I feel for you with your players having to sit out. But speaking about like fantasy, there was things that because like I'm the commissioner of our league, right? So there's like I tried to add an extra like bench spot, COVID spot, all that stuff, and even doing that, like it's still so unpredictable. And some teams get screwed because they're missing half their guys, and like me, I have had no one that's had any kind of slip up with that. So, but it'll all average out, Tanner. You'll down the road, my team will get half their players out, and it'll average out.
I sure hope so. I didn't feel too good today. I was depleted. But yeah, we'll stick with the NFL just a little bit more. You guys think Jimmy Garoppolo's out in San
got
Francisco?
benched. He got benched, right?
That makes me wonder. Do you think? I mean, I always thought he was kind of average, but you think they're just like he was coming off of injury, but you think they might be like he's not our guy?
Not at all.
Wow.
No, he's a product of the Belichick Tom Brady system, and I think it's just he came back from an injury. Like the game was out of hand. You know, if it's magic, I should have picked him up instead of him. What's his name?
Who'd you play? You played.
I played
Bridgewater.
No, I played.
I don't remember.
Jacksonville.
Yes. Mustache.
Minshew Mania, and yeah, it's always like garbage time stuff. But like,
I don't know if
it's magic. He's gonna like he's on from like the first quarter, or he's a bust. So yeah,
I mean, but with Garoppolo, I mean, they gave him all that money, yo. But I can't see them going ahead with what's the name? Bert. Yeah. I don't remember, but Beathard. Yeah. I can't see them going ahead with. I can't see them going ahead with them just because of all the money they gave Garoppolo.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean. But how much better is Garoppolo than? Because they didn't need him last year to get to the Super Bowl.
I mean, they're
just not built around him.
They're top 5 run heaviest team in the league right now.
They run the ball a lot,
and they got Raheem Mostert back. They really didn't need the game was already lost, so they're gonna bench him just so he can get help. Maybe that's a little test for him moving forward.
Light a little fire under his butt,
I honestly think that he's a guy moving forward for years to come too. And honestly, the game was decided at halftime. Yeah. So why
I think
more tired for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't read too much into this week, him getting benched and everything like you guys said. I think it's a combination of rust. The Dolphins came out hot. But I am curious to see around draft time, free agency time, what they do. I'm not – because with that run-heavy system, I think you need a quarterback that's a little more mobile, someone you can bootleg off of and, really play action heavy. And I wouldn't be surprised if they look for someone draft time to take it – someone they can groom because I
wonder if that's the kind of offense they want, though. You know what I mean? Do they really want – would they rather have a quarterback that can throw it better than run it? Like y'all the Broncos fans, remember when Tebow came, they had to run it. They had the number one rushing attack just because Tebow couldn't throw.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't remember who it was, the running back. But
was it No-Show Marino that?
It might have. He was there for sure. He was there
he
for
was.
sure. But I don't know. I don't think they have to run the ball that much because of Garoppolo. You understand what I'm saying? He can throw better than Tebow.
Sure.
So do they really want to have that RPO style run? That you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it sucks for Garoppolo, but I don't think. I think he'll still be the starter for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of talent on the edges.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
Greg Kittle is amazing.
You got Kittle. You got Debo Samuel, and then you drafted a first rounder and Brandon Ayuk. And then you have 3 running backs that are very capable of taking the job. I do believe that the running back position is the most easiest thing to replace in a system. Given what I'm a New England Patriots fan, so I just see we never have the marquee guy, and we always get the job done. And now you're seeing it with a committee backfield in, Detroit, Miami.
Look in Carolina. Look at the Panthers. McCaffrey
goes
down.
He went off today, right? That's crazy.
Mike Davis, he's unreal.
Hey, man,
passed
football.
up on him on free. I had the first waiver wire pick, and I go Devontae Freeman, just thinking that I had the rest of the season with the guy instead of. But now I'm 1-4. So, yeah.
All right, another overreaction Sunday for you guys. Are things collapsing in New Orleans?
Ooh.
They can't seem to win a game. Michael Thomas is now suspended for getting in a fight with his teammate.
Do you know who it was? Who was it?
It says safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Oh, wow. So it was some trash talk, then got physical. Wow.
Yeah, ended up getting suspended. Are things collapsing in New Orleans?
I think so, man. I think so.
Drew Brees done.
Yeah, what do you think, Jason?
It's hard to by collapse. I think we need to temper our expectations because coming into the year they were a Super Bowl. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're going to the Super Bowl." That I don't think that's happening anymore. I think they're still going to be a playoff team, and that they're going to do enough. They have enough talent with Kamara. You've seen how he's playing. He's the best running back in football.
That dude is nice, man. I love
best running back in football. And I think they're going to be fine, but they don't have enough consistency to win it all like everyone thought.
I agree.
I mean, if Drew Brees doesn't target a guy over 10 yards, I mean, they can't win it. So,
yeah.
Kamara's unbelievable back. He's the only one keeping that whole organization afloat because after, who knows, Drew Brees could say, hey, I'm hanging him up after this year.
Then it's the Jameis Winston show, baby.
Well, thank God they got Jameis Winston.
Yo, because he can. Hey, the arm talent won't be a question at that point.
Taysom Hill, they believe that he's going to be the guy moving forward, but no. On fantasy football, he's listed as a tight end. All right, he's an unbelievable athlete, and I just don't see him as a
quarterback.
four-down quarterback.
No, I don't either.
He's too athletic enough.
I
They
don't
should
either.
move him to wide receiver. But them having Jameis Winston, they're still in it.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the top 3 teams to get Trevor Lawrence next year, they all have a quarterback. So like, what's going to happen then? Like, there's a lot of shakeup coming.
Yeah.
This year.
I'm
It's
calling it
gonna be
right now
interesting.
about Trevor Lawrence. I don't think he's going to be that good of an NFL quarterback.
He's got the height. He's got the
height,
arm.
the speed.
What do you think he's lacking?
He's also been blessed with a lot of talent around him. If he goes to a bad 1-14 team or 1-15 team, I don't think he'll have a good NFL career.
As of now,
I
the
don't.
Atlanta Falcons are getting number 1 pick.
Wow.
And you're not going to want to throw to Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley.
I could throw to them
Gage,
and be a good
Jr.
NFL quarterback.
Yeah, no,
There's
that sounds
a lot of weapons.
really nice. Yeah, if they decide to
What do
go
you
that
think
way.
about
And I
the
mean, if they
Saints,
end up
Tanner?
being the number
Yeah, what do you think?
what?
What do you think about the Saints?
I mean, I'm
question
kind
out
of the
there.
same way. I think Drew Brees still has the ability to lead a team to a championship. He's definitely not going to carry a team to a championship anymore. And I think that's what, we're kind of seeing right now is they're struggling defensively. And, he's not the same guy that was throwing for 450 yards a game and 3 scores. He's more of a, get you a few touchdowns and you hope he doesn't make a mistake and you get it to some of your playmakers. But
It's like a
I
Peyton
like
Manning
the
later in
Jameis
his
Winston
career.
thing.
Like the
Yeah,
last couple years
basically
in
when
Denver with
Peyton
Peyton
came to
Manning, he
us
wasn't
and
going
we
like
won-
crazy deep and shit,
No, when he came to us and we won the Super Bowl that year, he wasn't very good, but our
Right.
defense was so damn good. So, but no, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But let's move on to our next topic here, NBA Finals. This one's kind of a blowout at the half right now. Lakers are up 28 points over the Heat, and they must win Game 6. Obviously, it looks like the Lakers are going to end up winning the NBA title. What do you guys think about that? Jason, we'll kind of start with you and then jump back to these guys for, what this does for the NBA and LeBron James and everybody.
So I haven't watched much of the finals just because I already pretty much knew what was going to happen, and I don't think anyone's too surprised by what's happened so far. Sure, the Heat have battled, but we knew they would. Yeah, good for LeBron. Like I said, him and Anthony Davis it's formidable. It's just too much for a team like the Heat to handle. I think you're seeing the star power shine, but I'm not surprised. Like I said, I haven't even watched hardly because I was like, you know what?
Oh, man, you're missing out. Hey, look, you're missing out on some of, like I said, Tanner, on some of the best player in the NFL at 35 years old, bro. LeBron James in the NBA, my bad. Man, this dude is incredible. Yeah, he took a lot of shit for not taking that last shot the other night when they could have finished it. But Danny Green was wide open. The whole collapse to LeBron, he kicked it out to a great shooter to make the play. Like LeBron is
2 for 12.
the man. Yeah, 2 for 12.
Formerly great shooter.
He had faith in his sorry Tar Heel teammate. You know what I mean? If he would have went to NC State, he would have made that shot. But LeBron James
be in the league if he went to NC State.
LeBron James is amazing, Tanner. Stop being a hater. Jason, you missed out on some of the best playoff basketball ever by watching LeBron James in these finals.
I'm not being a hater. I just think that I don't know. I feel like LeBron at this point in his career, he whines too much. That's what drives me crazy.
Did you like Michael Jordan? Were you a fan of Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I
you want to talk about? No, he whined, if not more. He might have whined more than LeBron.
Can we just say that every NBA player pretty much complains
Nobody
these days?
commits a foul ever, or they always get fouled every shot for sure. 100%.
You're even seeing it carry over to the NFL. I feel like receivers and corners are flopping now, and it's just
Oh well, receivers are little divas. Yeah, I've never liked a receiver, except for one.
They're in the entertainment business, so you got to get what the fans want. A little floppage. It's theatrical work. That's what you want to see.
No, the Lakers are good though. You can't take anything away from
the
them.
production.
Yeah. Anthony Davis, man, they're in playoff Rondo, baby. I mean, you gotta love it, man. I love, man.
I think it's short-lived, but
beautiful.
I think it'll be a 1 or 2 year
longer, but
short-lived.
Anthony
He's had
Davis,
a damn 12-year career. Like, however long career, it's over 10 years, but I mean, gosh.
I guess I'm just
look at him. What
I'm just talking more
Celtics,
more the Lakers in
the
general.
youngest guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, somebody else big is gonna want to come play with Anthony Davis, and everybody is always gonna want to play with the Lakers. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why Anthony Davis would leave other than money, but hey,
he ain't leaving.
Money, hey baby, you know.
He's not leaving because the Lakers are the only ones with that money right now. I mean, unless he goes to the Celtics need a big man, and
we'll see, man. I don't know.
Celtics might be willing to take that money risk, but I don't know.
Sounds like a Celtics fan talking.
I'm a New England diehard fan, so we lost a good defenseman yesterday in Krug with the Bruins.
You talking about hockey? Yeah. Nah, we don't
cover hockey on the Could Have Been Great show.
No. All right, hockey.
It could have been great, but not at hockey.
It should have been on the list because the NHL draft just happened. So there's
good for them. All right,
a lot of moving pieces going on right now in the NHL world.
Trevor, you can be
I
our
don't know
hockey
much about it, but I know what's going on.
No, is Mario Lemieux still playing?
He's almost dead.
Pittsburgh Penguins, baby.
His great years.
Sorry. What's up?
With that being said, have you guys earned more respect for Jimmy Butler this series or this playoffs?
Oh yeah.
More respect for Jimmy Butler last.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he gives it his all, but like
he plays hard.
We know that they're not nearly as talented. Yeah.
Yeah, man. They've all bought into his, I guess, superstar mentality. You know what I mean? They all bought into what he brought to Miami. That hard nose, just blue collar. Just I don't care if I take the most shots. I don't care if I take the less shots. I'm gonna play some good ass defense, and I'm gonna be a good teammate. And I think they all bought into that, and especially with Eric Spoelstra overseeing it all, I think it's a perfect fit, man. I really do, especially for those youngsters, Tyler Henro and Duncan Robinson and Nunn. I think it's Bam Adebayo, just to give them that dog mentality that Butler has. I think it's good for him, yo.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's there's something to say, like, obviously Lakers are like the clear favorite.
Of course.
And once you have a little bit of a fight in the underdog, I mean, it definitely makes it exciting for like the average fan of the NBA. But as far as Jimmy Butler, there's got to be something, like he's got to be the true leader of that team. Not only is he the best player, but like I've been part of teams where the best player isn't always the best leader, and it's almost the biggest cancer of the team. But it just doesn't seem that way with the Heat, where they've been like they weren't even expected to be this far into the playoffs, let alone like the bubble would a normal season go along and the Heat still be in it, maybe not, but like I do think that the leadership, along with like no fans and just being more very detail oriented and focused to a higher level, I do think that Jimmy Butler is like coming on like just stardom, like good. Level, especially if they win it. But I don't think they get through tonight. If they do, then I will get them in Game 7. But at the end of the day, you're going against LeBron James, best of our generation, and maybe the best of all time. I won't say that right now, but
I love LeBron. Don't get me wrong. I love LeBron. I don't think Michael Jordan could have did it without Scottie, but Jordan's the best.
Jordan has the label, and it just sounds right having Jordan be the staple of the NBA, and that's me personally speaking. I don't watch too much of the NBA, more of a college fan, but I
Gotcha.
I think there's a ring to it, being from Wilmington, North Carolina, home of Michael Jordan. There's something to be said from that.
Yeah.
Biasly speaking, but
Hell
Jason,
yeah.
you got anything?
What are we talking about?
I know we've been talking for so long. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Talking about
You catch me
Jimmy
at, what
Butler?
time is it? 9/11 on a Sunday. We'll be talking about something over here, and I'll end up, boom.
fading off a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the next thing. What I really
Let's do
want
it.
to talk about with Trevor, and
There
we
you
kind of
go.
touched on it a little bit, but Trevor played Major League Baseball this past year for the Phillies. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on this year, and it's got to be the topic everybody wants to talk about. That's the Houston Astros back in the ALCS. The game tied 1-1 right now in the bottom of the fourth. Obviously they had a poor hitting season in the regular season, batting averages like for their stars under 230 or so. But, they're proven once again when it comes to crunch time that they're a pretty good baseball team.
Yeah, absolutely. They're an unbelievable team. And, what they did in the past, they're going to get a lot of shit for it, and rightfully so, because I have a good buddy of mine, he was affected by that. And if I was affected by that, I'd be pretty pissed off too. But, at the end of the
When
day,
you say affected by, you mean if you were pitching against it?
and
Okay.
if Astros had a great day against you,
Right.
if you're a young guy like me, like I haven't had the best big league career, but I've experienced it and I know what it's like. So to have one inning or let alone one out taken from you because someone had an advantage on you, I think it's bullshit. Like it's messing with someone's livelihood. It's messing with someone's career. You don't know who's watching or who has an influence on making a decision whether you get a job later in your career or not.
That's a good point.
So,
Yeah.
like cheating it's taken very heavily and serious in the big leagues. Little in minor leagues, like say a guy got caught with PEDs, and 2 years later he made it to the big leagues over a guy that has busted his ass for the last 4 years and really deserves it. That's not always business, but it's like guys aren't gonna be fucking like behind that guy. Like they're gonna be like almost remorsed and like pissed off that the guy is getting an opportunity and he's treated, let alone one guy, the whole damn team in the minor leagues like shit, or just really taking that whole process for granted. But a guy like me, I was drafted in the 36th round. I had to go through rookie ball all the way up to the big leagues. So I see like a guy that, is a first rounder. He may cheat, he may not, but like if I feel like someone's getting that unfair advantage after the road that he's been given, like let alone he deserves it because he's earned it. But say if he adds on like a PED, it hurts me. It hurts me as a player that like you're taking away an advantage because you decided to take a PED. And I'm doing it the honest way, and I've had to work behind the eight ball my entire career. Like it just it sucks, but
That sucks, man.
it's part of the business. And,
Are you guys surprised?
Say what?
Surprised that they're doing so well? Are you guys surprised that they've made this postseason run?
I'm not, because they're a great team. Like don't get me wrong, but I'm surprised that their pitching has really held up. Like Verlander's out for the year, and I'm like, dang, like their offense like showed that they can't hit this year without knowing the signs, what's coming. So, I honestly.
Like, so is that
Russell
so?
Wilson ain't doing shit.
So, like, as far as like around the league and all the teammates and stuff that you played with, like, that's how everybody felt about the Astros.
Like, and honestly, it's
Probably even worse than we know of.
really it really is, because I even thought, like, I've said a few things in the big league locker room where I was like, well, I guess that was wrong. I thought I was right, and I would say that in the minor league locker room and it'd be all right. But it's kind of tight-lipped up there, but at the same time, when things are going the wrong way, and if it's cheating involved, like, you know, that, like, it's one thing to have a 10-year career in the big leagues. It's another thing to have that cheating, and like, there goes to say, like, Barry Bonds won't be in the Hall of Fame because allegedly cheated. So it's a big thing. Like, you think of that kind of stuff, but get off
Jason,
topic.
has anybody beaten the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Jason, has anybody beaten the Dodgers? Are they the best team in baseball?
I think they have been probably for the last couple of years, but I think this year they have enough. I mean, it's not like their roster's even that different, but I think this is the year they get it done. Mookie Betts is having a guy like that.
Different. You just add an MVP to that
Whoa,
line.
whoa! Do y'all realize who they're up against in the NLCS? Do y'all realize this?
The Bravos.
Them Bravos, baby. Hey, we got something to say this year, man. We're a year or two ahead of where, you know what I mean, people thought we should be. But them Braves, Jason, I don't know, man. I think we coming for them Dodgers. I can't even say, like, I love the Braves. I don't know if I could. Damn, the Dodgers are so good, man. It's so good, yo.
What was it like playing with Mookie when you were in Boston? I mean, you were up there for, a quick period, but what was it like having him as a teammate?
Yeah, so the first, like, encounter with Mookie I had was I was backing up a spring training major league game, and we were on TV. I think we were on ESPN that day, and I got in kind of early in the game when all the starters, like in spring training, like the starters were, they either play like the first 4 innings or not even play. But yeah, so I came in early, got out of a jam. I don't know what it was, but I got a pop up or something, whatever it was. I got out of it, and I came into the dugout, and Mookie was like, yo, you need to make sure your nose is clear when we're on national TV. And I was like, and dude, this booger that I had was about that big. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, but Mookie's.
That's cool, though.
Yeah,
man.
Mookie, hey, you see these superstars, and I thought it too, like, they're someone that, like, you just don't, like, associate your life with, and he's such a outgoing guy, and he's just an infectious personality, like, that you want to be around. He's good at just about anything. Anything that he touches turns to gold. So, hey, he was a lot of fun to be around, the small samples that I was with. But he was a great teammate. He was always smiling, which I gravitate towards, like, in a locker room. Like, if you're always a happy guy, like, I'm going to seek you out. And, Mookie was one of those guys. So, I mean, rightfully so. He deserves that money that he got. And he's going to be a force to reckon with, like, for the rest of his career. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You guys believe that Kershaw is starting pitchers that we've had this decade? Would you agree with that
Say it
statement?
again. You broke up.
Yeah,
you broke up a little bit.
I said, do you think Clayton Kershaw is one of the best pitchers of this decade?
I mean, absolutely.
Would you say that if he's able to get a ring this year, what it kind of?
I mean, you got to take, like, so how I look at pitchers, because I've been there for a small sample, obviously, but I know what it takes to.
Yeah, hey, stop saying this small sample, man. You're a professional athlete, bro.
I made it.
You know what I mean? Like,
but once
you got paid to play baseball.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, you damn this small sample stuff. Yeah, you had a short run, but damn.
No, like you got professional ball, and then you got the big leagues, and it's a big step. And I'll figure that out because I've had a lot of success in AAA, but in the big leagues, I'll leave something in the zone, I'll get my shit rocked. And I found that out this year. I won't say much more about that, but I've made that out a few times.
Everything happens.
So do you think Kershaw's one of the best of the
I think he is. He's an artist at what he does. He can throw just about his whole repertoire of pitches every given night, and he has it all working. Like whether it gets hit or not, because it's gonna get hit in the big leagues. He just knows how to pitch, and what he has. So, he hasn't won much in the postseason, but it doesn't matter. He's got his team to that position every year, and he's up against the ace of the other team in the postseason. I think it doesn't matter. I think stats are very skewed in a way where it doesn't matter of how good he is or not. Like he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
And he's gonna get touched up by the Braves, Jason.
I mean, yeah, if you throw strikes, you
I hope so.
I
don't know. I hope we didn't lose, Tanner.
A ton of baseball.
Right. I think we lost Tanner. We're losing Tanner, but it's all good. Jason, there he is. It's a little better, Tanner.
Take a break.
Yeah. Now I got you guys.
Okay.
Jason. With that being said, as we get ready to go into
man.
the ALCS and the NLCS, who do you think? Who do you think's going to win the World Series?
Oh, did we lose Jason now?
I don't know. Is he not
there?
There
He is. Jason, there he is.
Who do you think's going to win the World Series, Jason?
The Dodgers finally get it done.
Man, I hope not, but I think they might.
I know it, man.
I know.
But who's gonna beat them, man? They're so good, yo. They're so good.
I'm a bad baseball.
I think it'll be. I don't know if either of the. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing a Dodgers and Astros World Series just because of the fact that there's so much bad blood between them. I'd love to see them go at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Trevor made a face like no.
I mean,
what'd you say, Trevor?
I don't know. I just don't think that just think about in a regular season, in a regular playoff, Astros finished. They weren't 500, were they?
No. I think they must have been 29 and 34 or something like that.
Yeah, are you kidding me? That's what we did as the Phillies, and shit, we didn't make it.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing about baseball. It's it's hot streaks, and just given the Astros pass, I know that they're hopefully not doing it this year, but I just don't think they're worthy and deserving of a spotlight of anything like that, like of a World Series anytime soon, let alone in a decade, because it shouldn't happen. Cities go.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Red Sox. Look at the Cubs. They went almost 100 years without winning a World Series, and those guys did it cheating. So, I think they can be in the trash can for quite a bit.
See what you did there. Let's see what you did there.
Yeah. Astros, I kind of accept that I'll never get a job offer from you guys, but you guys happen to see this.
Anything else you guys
when I
want to talk
do get
about?
there, I apologize.
You just hope they don't run into this podcast somehow.
Just stumble upon it.
Yeah, you guys better delete this, but
we'll edit it out.
Yeah. Jason, anything else you want to talk about tonight? Is he even there?
This Sunday night football game is a snooze. There's 40 seconds left, and it's 10-0. When it should be like both defenses suck. My offense fantasy should be winning the league right now, but
the Lakers are up 32 with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Wow. That's crazy.
Hey, Bronny Jr. about panicking right now.
Because Dad's gonna come home and whoop his ass for smoking pot. Is that what you mean?
Hey, those beams are the funniest.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
How long have they been in that bubble? Like 4 months now, almost.
Something like that. Yeah.
Has it been that long?
It's been since what? July.
Close, right?
July, August, somewhere in there. July, May.
I will say,
June, July, somewhere in there.
So in Philly, we were kind of just really told we could go out to dinner if we wanted, but it's really like it's a bubble within the league of MLB. But
how do you feel about those guys there were so many different guys that like went to go out and got caught going out of that hotel.
Yeah, like me and my wife, we went to Target right down the road to pick up groceries, and we felt a little guilty doing that because if you test positive, you may make the best team or the best player on the team test positive. So if you don't want to go down as the all right, this is where it all started, it being you. Like it sucks, but I get it. Everyone's human, but it's tough being in a bubble. So if I didn't realize the NBA was in there for 3 or 4 months, but gosh, I was in Philly for a whole month and really taking like the COVID. Like we were getting tested every day, and I was like, "Ooh, I went to Target. I don't know if I'll come back positive or negative." Like, it sucks, but it's stressful at the same time. So these NBA guys, holy shit! Like they're in Disney, so they got entertainment, but like it's not the same when it's a job.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like they haven't had really any tests.
He could barely walk off the stage.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The other night, and
yeah. Well, they've had zero.
It's not
they've
like
had a few positives, but not a lot. You know what I mean? To where they've had
zero.
None, zero, right? That's what I thought. Yeah.
Since July 20th.
That's amazing, yo. That is
started.
Amazing. That's incredible. I credit Adam Silver and everybody. That's awesome, yo. That's good.
But I would also hate they didn't get to see their family, friends, anybody for 3 months.
But I'll take a few million. I'll take a few million for 3 months not to see my family. I love them, but I gotta go make that cheddar, baby.
I don't know if you would. I mean, you might.
I say that not being in that position, but yeah.
You can't see anybody. Like position. You can't. Yeah, you can't bring anybody over. All you see is your teammates and your coaches and the other team.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
I know for me,
especially with him, with his daughter being so young and everything.
Yeah, I know.
I had offers to go play winter ball, and I turned them down because it's the timing. Like you're already doing it year round. Like whether it's feeling I needed that, but whether it's in season or out of season, you're doing it year round. So I had an offer the last 2 years to go play, winter ball in Dominican and for Australia or Puerto Rico, and those are the biggest leagues playing. So, like, I had to turn them down just because the timing wasn't right. So a lot of people don't realize the sacrifices that the families make off the true off season that we get. Like, I gotta reward my wife and everything that she does. So, I decided to turn those good offers down. Like
happy wife, happy life, baby.
Trust me, we'd be happy with what I turned down, but
right
at the end of the day, like, that time you never get back. So.
No, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. And they just allowed their I'm just glad they allowed their families to be able to come and at least enjoy a couple rounds of the playoffs. I agree.
Should have been that the whole year, because like I go home to my wife every night and like give her a kiss on the lips. I give my daughter a kiss on the lips every night. Like, if I have it, they have it. If they have it, I have it. So, like, I think there's plenty of space. I will hand wash the entire section every night if my wife and kid can go to a game. Like, that's the way it should be. Like, that's the one thing that baseball didn't take a risk on. Like, now you see NFL doing it.
Yeah.
You see baseball doing it now, and like they're gonna have
even colleges.
Look, I was watching the Texas game.
There's so many people.
They had so many people without mask on. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, 98 point or 99.6, whatever the survival rate. I'll take that chance every day. But I mean,
that's crazy, man.
It's.
I'm just glad we've been able to have some sort of sports, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes
some sort of normal.
It makes it feel a little bit normal, though, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. But anything else you guys want to touch on?
Nah, man.
Trevor, you got anything else you want to talk about?
And the Carolina Tar Heels are ranked 5th in the country by ESPN football, college football, and Mac Brown is back, baby.
Is he going to leave to go to Texas again?
Hell no. Why would he?
You can take him back to the promised land.
You got the best uniforms in college sports.
I can't really argue that. They do have some.
I do love that.
The Argyle, the Carolina blue. It doesn't get much better than that.
I'm not gonna argue that.
What? Red and black.
Go Wolfpack.
Red and black is.
Go Wolfpack, baby.
Carolina blue.
No, they're pretty solid. That's quite the turnaround for Mac Brown that quick.
Isn't that crazy how fast he turned it around?
Yeah.
I knew he was going to turn it around, but I didn't think it was going to happen this fast.
Yeah, me either. I wonder how long he'll be there, like how many more years he can coach, like health-wise and age-wise, and how long they want him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean.
I think this is it. Like, I don't think he's going to coach anymore after this.
No, he's got a.
I think it's 1 year.
A great quarterback. Like, he's gonna. When Sam Howell is gone, I think he might be gone. But like he put the school back on pace where he's just getting recruits. I don't know how he's getting them, but God bless
Probably
him.
Cheating, just like y'all doing basketball. Get out of here.
They are getting crazy amount of recruits.
Coach K is like getting off the hook.
I'm just hating. It's all good.
All right, guys.
13-0 at halftime. Vikings Seahawks. Who would have thought?
I thought the Vikings were going to get killed.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like.
I was hoping so. I had to play Seattle's
28, 21 at halftime or something like that.
Yeah.
All right, so before we go, everybody, again, if we got any wrestling fans out there, check out FN Wrestling, baby. FN Wrestling, WRASSLING. Get you some wrestling talk, baby. Yeah.
You got anything else you want to plug, Trevor?
No, unless you guys have it. Like, hey, I can go on all night.
You can go all night.
There you go.
It's a Sunday. You got to put the kids to bed, Trevor.
What time is it?
9:35, baby. It's that time.
You got 30 minutes. I might have to take a break and I come back.
There you go.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, Trevor. I appreciate you being on here talking with us. Maybe we can get you on again and do some more Sunday night chats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys.
All right,
thanks
man.
for watching. We will catch you all next week here on the Could Have Been Great show.